So here we are cooking this dish in this spot, and I hope you're feeling as happy as I am. So I've got a little camera here that you'll just see. I wanted something really teeny tiny that would be a little bit hidden, but I did want to show you into the pan properly, and as we do this we get better at this. And yeah, I'm just gonna chop some onion, of course, because this is where dishes often start. And in fact, where would we all be without onions? So I'm slicing them into little petals because they're just nicer like this, aren't they? But get them as small as you kind of can. Thanks, George. George is really like, what are we doing here, Mum? I mean, it's too vertiginous. You don't know that word, love. You don't know that vertiginous word. It's too... Anyway, I just talk to my dog because, she's my best friend and she's here, and most people do if they've got one. So I was slicing some garlic in as well. Oops, it's just gone over there. Just waiting until this heat comes up. Oh, it's quite a lot actually went on this forest floor. We've got a few pine needles in there, but there's something about that I don't really mind. There we go. So we just get our hands sorted there. So we've got some garlic. It is late. Just checking. I knew who it was, but you just have to check. So my trusty trangia, and straight away we're going to put the next set of ingredients in, which is A, some rosemary I bought from my home, and B, potatoes cooked already. Yeah, it's a special spot for sure. So we're getting this on and in. We're getting some rain down now, which is great. So it's for me, so I'm not putting any more potato in. No, because actually, to be honest, we've got, it's raining kind of pine needles first. So yeah, it's for me, and also we've got some other ingredients going in, which are tomatoes and some red kidney beans. And it's very easy to just get everything into this one potter. Let's not mess about. Yeah, and I brought those from home sort of pre-mixed. It is all right, this heat, but it's not as good as normal. No idea why. And then finally got some chorizo. So this is the squeaky bean chorizo, and I'm just gonna slice this in. Really like this. It's quite tough. I'm going to try and get this lid on. I think I'm in a windier spot than normal, but possibly. So I'm being quite generous because it's just me, but you might not want to be so generous. I don't know how much that is, about £3. Not very much. Let's get this lid on, otherwise we'll be here all day. And then, as is my way, I have brought some spices here in my ingredient dry bag. And these are, there's a little chilli, salt, pepper and oregano. Just going to put those in. So this is dead simple, isn't it? It's, you can't ask for anything easier really than this. And we're just going to let this cook now. Just get this heat in, and just wrap up all of those ingredients whilst you wait. Get yourself cleared away. And I've got another dry bag here for rubbish. I brought my oil, and actually I brought some oil and vinegar, which, yes, that way around. Oil and vinegar dressing. This is my 1-minute dressing, and this just gets put into the end of this dish. So that's that, and It's pretty good. I've got my bowl. I can hear this now. I'm just a little bit concerned. Can you tell I feel a bit concerned? You know, I've done this a fair bit anyway, and I was just a bit concerned. I couldn't hear. It's all right. It's good. It's fine. It feels lit, and yeah, we're just going to wait now for this to cook. What else have I got in here? Just press check. So what I'm finding with this adventure cookery is to just put all your ingredients. That's it. I knew there was something else, of course, a bit of lemon, but put all your ingredients in one bag, and then you've got an ingredient bag. And so with the recipe, download the recipe. Oh, I might give Georgia this potato. It's been quite a long day. Georgia, would you like this potato? Are you going to have it? Put it down, Mum. Put it down. I'll have it if you put it down. Georgia, you're a Labrador. What you do is eat. You'll have, I need to break it up for you. Go figure. What do they say? Don't walk with dogs. Don't work. Always walk with dogs. Don't work with dogs or children. Oh look, got a little sleepy dust in her eye. She's all right. There you go. So yes, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, bring your ingredients in a dry bag. Print your recipe off. Put your ingredients in a dry bag, and then nothing's spilling. Ziploc. Is it Ziploc? What does that say? Lock. I don't know, but those. Those. Yeah, so these are red kidney beans, and I'm putting, hello, I'm putting red kidney beans in because we all need a bit of protein. Yeah, well, because we need protein, obviously, but we need protein because we need to feel balanced. A meal just of carb might be all right, but it might be full, but afterwards you feel a bit not quite right. So I put some kidney beans in there. Kidney beans are really good, aren't they? And I chose kidney beans because we don't use them maybe as much as other things, and for the colour mainly. I can hear this coming up, so let's get this lid off. And this is all good. Chorizo's cooking in. Reserve the right to put a bit more of the tomato mix in, but I don't really want more of the tomatoes in. That's okay now. Lemon's going on at the end, so that's it. I'm in an area and I'm just going to enjoy listening to this cook and have a look around and see what I can see. I've already seen a very big bird, and it's a bird of prey, but I don't know what it is. But I didn't see it, I just saw something really large swooping down through this area, so shut up a minute, I might see it again. So I'm just waiting for this to heat through. The lovely thing about this dish is that it's got some flavour in the ingredients, but it's like a simple stew. You don't really have to cook it. It's a putting everything in job and then waiting for it to heat through, and it won't take long. We're going to put a little bit of lemon over it, and as I said, I brought my 1 minute salad dressing here, which adds a little bit of extra at the end, but you don't need to bother if you're hiking in a long way. Don't need to bother with that aspect of it. These little bottles of vanilla extract, I just put them in some really hot water and soak them off, and they don't taste of vanilla anymore or smell of vanilla. Beautiful rain coming down, and this heating up, and my trusty bowl ready. So just get these ingredients put to the side here so that you can see. We've done the oil, so let's just have the dressing ready. and you can hear it cooking through. And but the beauty of bringing like the potatoes in cooked, is that you can have a variety of food, and it doesn't all need to be, pasta or dehydrated food. It can just be something real, and it depends how far you've got to travel, obviously. But this pack here, I've got a packing list. I should put that together really and put it into the course. But it's a weight, of course. It's a weight, and I'm bringing in filming equipment as well, so that's also a weight, regardless of how lightweight. This is all being filmed on an iPhone to keep the weight down, and my little trusty action camera. And actually, I've got an old iPhone somewhere up there recording, so that we can get 3 views. But all this kit's being selected because of the weight, and I think actually my tripod will probably fall over, it's so light. It's just a cheaper aluminium thing, but it's really, really light. Look at it, it'll bend, but it's doing a good job. So my ingredients, of course, I am thinking about how to keep them as lightweight as possible. This is smelling really nice. Got a few pound cones in there, pine needles. Oops. Steady, Julia. This is smelling really good now. And it's sticking a little bit. Wherever I was recently, where was I? I found that a really good way to get rid of the, a natural pan scourer is moss. I mean, who would know? So this is all coming together really well. It's cooking because the trangia cooking. The flame blows around. I've taken the protector off because it just wasn't getting enough heat. You can see the heat here, and it's coming here and everything. So turn your pan a bit. But once this material is out and into your bowl, if you can, just put a bit of water in to the trangia pan, and then you can soon use a bit of moss to get the burn off, if you like, the sticky stuff. This is the hard anodised trangia pan, but this now is all heated through, and I'm happy with that. And the flavour of that rosemary will be there because I can smell it. The chorizo is lovely. So the final recipe is obviously on the card, but this is just really nice. So the lemon juice obviously going in, just shake up that. But I really don't mind all this sort of, I've got pine needles on my hands and everything's a bit sticky and dirty because that's what we're here for. And this dish is now transforming itself into something that's very, very edible. Now, I didn't bring bread in because I thought it was a little bit going to be too carby just for me, and I didn't bother. But bread is obviously an option here. Whoops, in we come. So here we are. So we've got salt and pepper gone in with the little foil pouch contents, and then we can salt this up nicely as well. And we've got our potatoes. Our chorizo lends its chorizo flavour, which is so distinct, into this dish. Tomatoes, just a few tomatoes to just give it a bit of colour. But I snipped a couple of rosemary stalks and brought them in, and I'm so glad I did. Dried rosemary, I think, is very flavoursome, and use it a fair bit when I'm at home cooking. But this fresh rosemary is just really, really super to look at. And these little kidney beans are sitting opposite that green colour with their redness, and looking just thrilling really to have in here. It would be missing something if that little protein packet wasn't running itself through this dish. So we're done, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing how easy this is. I haven't done anything, have I? So do just download the ingredient list and take some stove. A trangia new is one thing, but they are sometimes available second hand, and go into the wild and do this, and I hope that you have a a great time. I know that I am, and I can't wait to eat it. Right, this is ready, and I'm delighted to say that because I'm really hungry. But it is a great dish. Now, as we've been through this before, you know, you might want to just let that sit for a little bit of time to just go, oh, I'm done. I'm going to yield my nutritional, tasty benefits to you, but just give me a minute. That is good. Not only because, you know, it could burn your mouth, but it's good for the flavour as well. I think I might just have a little bit left in this lemon, but it has got quite pine needly, so let's just see what we can get in here. There we go. We're in, and let's get this out. I've just seen a little bit of onion that's popped out of the pan, and here's another one. But yeah, just make sure. What I do actually when I leave a site is pop everything in my bag, and then go back once everything's in my bag and loaded. Go and have quite a thorough check. I have a leave no trace policy, obviously, with myself. Of course, that goes without saying in a way, doesn't it? So we've got a bit of burn on that pan. I did put lots of oil in it, but it must be acknowledged that that's a little bit burny. But I'm just pulling up the rosemary, so visually I have it to look at. So we've got our chorizo in there as well, and our red kidney beans, and I've got my lovely bowl here, and I'm thrilled to be able to finally eat something. See what we do here. Okay, so equipment malfunction. We're back, and I was just about to eat this and enjoy this dish. And of course, when you eat anything, you eat it how you want. But I generally put, you know, the different flavours. Certainly to start with, actually, all the different ingredients in the first mouthful, and then my palate gets coated with everything straight away, and then the flavour builds on the tongue, really, doesn't it, throughout a meal until it's there and it's in your head and it's giving off all of its deliciousness. What I can smell again is the rosemary, and that's really nice. So let's. You know, the thing is, I don't know how it does it. I don't know how it does it. I don't know how food does this when you're outside. There will be some clever person sort of thing. It's so nice. You know, I'm so glad to do this. I have an amazing experience each time I do this, and this dish here is lovely. You know, because it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a gorgeous dish, and really thrilled. And all the time that rosemary, it just seems so right for this environment, which I think the dog really sums it up. She's at peace, and she's looking around and she's sniffing, and yeah, really good dish. I hope you love it. I love it. I need to name it, and I will name it soon. I had a vision for it in my mind's eye, actually, but I haven't named it. I thought I'd come in here and cook it and then name it. So at the moment it is innominate, which is obviously unnamed. So maybe we'll just leave it at that.